going to be sharing some thoughts about connected breath work, and if you do have any medical conditions that would be affected by intense breathing in and out, or that might cause you anxiety or panic, then check with a medical professional first before doing anything that I'm talking about. I did another video a while back called Spiritual Breath Work / Releasing Emotions, I believe was the title. A couple weeks ago or so I did that, and since then I've been finding myself resisting doing the kind of work that I was doing at the time, which is laying on the floor and listening to loud music called Satori breath work, because of the understimulation of the experience. It's a good tool to have, and it's something that I would do again if I was really feeling stuck and needed a powerful release. I think it does work on that level of being very cleansing. But I also feel that I have to be honest with myself about my need for stimulation. And if something is too boring, then I won't do it. It's kind of like with exercise. I've had to develop my own little way of exercising so that I can do it on a daily basis, because it feels good to do, but I also know that certain forms of it would be kind of boring. So I kind of do a stretch, balance, tai chi, dance kind of organic thing that keeps me interested and keeps me feeling good, but everyone's got to find their own way. So with breath work, I find that watching TV can be a way to do it that is enjoyable. And so I have a DVR, and if you don't have a DVR or TiVo, I'd recommend investing in that, because if you watch TV, it's great to be able to filter out the commercials by fast forwarding or just skipping over them and keeping your mind free from that kind of programming. I know a lot of people are anti-television, but I feel that, there's good and bad television, there's good and bad movies, good and bad books, and we have to watch the ego in terms of its desire to portray oneself as, well, I'm more spiritual because I only read and I never watch TV, but I have my favorite movies, but movies are better than TV. And movies and TV are both video, and there can be horrible films and there can be horrible television, but if you sift through television, you can find some good stuff as well. And stories are ways in which we think about our lives and learn about other lives. And personally, I like comedy. I've been watching The Last Comic Standing, and the judges are all very funny on that show. I don't know about other seasons because I haven't seen any other seasons, but because the judges are funny, the contestants are funny. The show that I've been watching on Netflix has programs you can watch instantly. I have a Roku player that, through a wireless connection, can play programs on my television, and so there's a lot to choose from. Commercial-free stuff through the Netflix Watch Instantly programming, and I think that's definitely the wave of the future instead of getting discs through mail. But anyhow, 30 Rock is a program that they have the first 3 seasons of, if not more than that. I'm watching the first season, and I like to do at least 40 minutes of breath work. And so I'll sit on my couch and I'll get kind of, it's soft and cushy, and so I'll kind of get, lean back in it, get comfortable, and start watching a show, and then I'll do the breathing, which is like, well, I usually do it through my nose, but you can, if you want to do it through your mouth, it's like, you can find a pace that works for you, or through the nose is like, I think part of why I like through the nose is that it's quieter, so I can hear the program better. But even doing like 10 or 20 in and outs can really be nice, but I find that doing at least 40 minutes can be a great way of releasing and cleansing, and it can even give you a high type feeling, kind of like a drug but without the negative side effects or paranoia that drugs can, you know, can elicit. So 2 episodes of 30 Rock are always, you know, at least 42, 44 minutes or whatever. And I lose track of time while I'm watching a program. And so laying there and listening to music like in Satori Breathwork can be very powerful, but it can also feel like it's taking forever. And I won't do something if I think it's going to be boring. It's the way I am. If I were more enlightened, then I wouldn't care about being stimulated or entertained. But I'm at where I'm at, and so I find that doing breath work on a regular basis is much easier if I'm watching something that I enjoy. And it actually increases, you know, because of the kind of high type experience, it increases the comedy. I mean, you're not going to laugh at things if they're not funny, but you might find yourself really laughing, like if you're highly oxygenated. And when I run out of comedy, if I run out of comedy, then I'll watch other programs that I like. I enjoy documentaries, I enjoy Mythbusters, programs like that, and, you know, occasional dramas. But you got to find the pace of breath that works for you, the kind of entertainment while doing it, or if you're not as in need as much stimulation as me, you can just do it in silence, or do it while listening to music, soft or loud. Satori Breathwork recommends loud music, but I'm pretty sensitive to that kind of thing, so it can feel a little abrasive to for the music to be a little too loud. But anyhow, you find your own way, but it can be a good way to release. And, you know, just like crying can be a good release, breath work can be another way of releasing. And I think that crying, you know, actually can kick in with breath work. Like if you're crying like then you go that can be part of what's healing about that. And if you're in the process of awakening and you're in the process of becoming your true self, there's going to be a need for a release. I mean, just going through this process of being socialized is really intense and accumulates a lot of junk. So you're going to need to release stuff and let go of stuff in order to move into your true vibration. So I think that breath work can be a good way to do it, and since the last time I spoke about it, it was only in terms of doing it with music and laying on the floor, I wanted to mention this variation that I've also found helpful of sitting upright, or at least mostly upright, and watching some entertainment while doing it to keep the process more interesting. Thanks for listening.